We'll let you know where those rains head coming up in just a few minutes. In our Dairy Today report, the USDA says the preliminary all milk price for May was $24.70. That's down about 60 cents a hundred from April, but it's still $5 higher than just a year ago. In California, the all milk price was a little lower at $22.30, while in Wisconsin it was a touch higher. Feed prices are also down a bit on the grain side. Hay prices holding relatively steady. Alfalfa hay is averaging $224 a ton. Over in California, the average was $260 a ton. OSHA is announcing plans for surprise visits to New York dairies. The random visits are set to begin in July. The Labor Department there says it's in response to what it calls an alarming trend of frequent accidents in the industry. The New York OSHA office says for 3 months, officers will visit dairy farms with 11 or more employees or dairies that have a temporary labor camp. Now, the surprise inspections begin July 1st and end in September. OSHA officers are not focusing on employee living conditions or immigration status. And a new study finds today's dairy cows are the pre-eye of their time. Researchers, supported by the Innovation Center for U.S. Dairy, found a 7-fold reduction in the methane per gallon of milk produced over the last 100 years. Now, the researchers cite genetics, health, nutrition, facilities, and crop production as the contributing factors. And speaking of emissions, the Obama administration rolling out new plans to cut CO2 emissions from the nation's power plants 30% by the year 2030.
Our plan aims to cut energy waste and leverage cleaner energy sources by doing 2 things. First, by setting achievable, enforceable state goals to cut carbon pollution per megawatt hour of electricity generated. And second, it's laying out a national framework that gives states the flexibility to chart their own customized path on how they meet their goals.
Exactly how states will meet those goals is a decision for another administration. The 645-page rule will likely give states until 2017 to submit a plan to cut power plant pollution. 2018 if they join with other states. The rules expected to be finalized next year. Up next, using weather reports to make marketing